Welcome. This is my video of me doing Skittergate Legend Challenge on solo with just bots. This is going to be PS4. I'm sure you can do it the same way on Xbox or PC. First things first, we're going to be showing off the build here for both the character I'm playing, which is Shade, as well as my bots. Here we've got 2 stamina, 20% crit power, and swift slaying, of course. Definitely can never go wrong with that. The longbow, we've got the 5% crit chance, 20% crit power, headshots replenish 1 ammo. For the necklace, I'm going to be running 2 stamina, 20% health, increased effectiveness of healing by 30%. And here on the charm, gotta get to it there, that one is going to be a 10% power versus monsters, 20% crit power, increased duration by 50%. That one's very important. Can help out just in case you miss a stab. Just lets that potion last a whole lot longer. And for the trinket, we got 10% cooldown, 33% curse resistance. I didn't take a Grim in this, but I didn't think to reroll for something other than curse resistance and would have made that significant of a difference really, but you can if you'd like. Shrapnel normally would be very important. Don't think I even ended up using a bomb at all for this either, but still a good thing to go with. Using the stamina regen by 30%, 15% additional power when holding a Grim, which I did not utilize. Also increased 75% additional damage for the backstab, definitely important. Also, we're going to be doing killing blows, restore temporary health. It's kind of her best option. And lastly, the reducive cooldown, which just allows you to get it a whole lot sooner in general, but also lets that concentration portion do a lot more work. The next what we're going to be doing here is showing each of my bots. First is going to be Kruber Foot Knight. And all these bots are level 30. They have all reds except for my Barden Ironbreaker. Kruber's using a halberd, 2 stamina, 5% crit chance with swift slaying as well. Like I said, never go wrong with that. Then I have a repeater handgun with 10% power versus chaos and 5% crit chance. Critical hits can restore 5%. Also, we've got 2 stamina on the necklace with 20 health. Same one I'm using on Shade. Then for the Squire's Charm, we got 10 power versus Chaos, 10 power versus Skaven. Trinket, 5% crit chance, 33% curse resistance. Of course, his bomb as well as potion trade doesn't matter. We got increased max health by 25. Charge attack increases stamina regen by 40%. A lot better than it sounds. Damage protection increased by 5%. The shield can also be a good option. Multiple enemies. Halberd does handle multiple enemies well. And Valiant Charge increases 25% power for 10 seconds. That one's definitely a great option. Cooldown's always nice too, but it's a bot, so you really don't know how often he's going to be using that. Next we're going to be looking at Ironbreaker. Like I said, for him I do not have red for his weapons. One of them does have a perfect roll. It's going to be the Accent Shield right here. It's got 2 stamina, 30% push block angle. And I got off balance for him. He's mainly a support with that shield. Also got a Grudge Raker. It's got 4 on the crit chance and 17 crit power with Scrounger. Not a bad roll, to be honest, still pretty good. And then, of course, 20% health. This one's different. It has 30% block cost reduction. He's already got a lot of stamina, so might as well reduce the cost of it. And also we got 10 power versus Chaos, 10 power versus Skaven, same as Kruber. And then the 10% cooldown reduction, so you can use his Shout a little more often. And the curse resistance, which for me in this run did not matter. Increase max health. You want your bots to be able to sustain more, of course. They need to be staying up longer. And reviving an ally reduces the damage taken for 10 seconds by half. Also, this is his temp health gain. Just got it on Gromril because I use him as my team healer. So on this next trait, he's going to be the one that basically I apply all my med kits to. So that way it heals everybody a little bit. And lastly, you want your monsters to take the aggro. So of course I've got the Impenetrable Taunt, now forces monsters to attack Barden. And then the last character we're going to be looking at, which is the last of the bots that will be playing in this mission with me, is going to be my Saltspire Zealot. Zealot is a very tanky class, very effective killer as well. Honestly, is one of my favorite classes, and he's just overall really good to have as a bot. Got him with Axe and Falchion. It's fully upgraded to red with 2 stamina, 20% crit power, and swift slaying as well. Definitely one of his best options in terms of melee. Doesn't have a whole lot else that's really that great for melee, to be honest, but his pistols are excellent at killing just about anything. Got 10% power versus monsters in that, just in case he decides to shoot at him a bit with the 20 crit power. Also 20% health, 30% block cost reduction. He's going to have a lot of shields as well, so might as well reduce the cost. And then we've got 5 attack speed with 20 crit power, as well as, an unnecessary trait there because he cannot use potions, which is going to play into an important factor in this though. 5% crit chance and 33% curse resistance. This to put his crit chance up a little bit. Not too worried about his cooldown as much. So we've got the stamina regen speed. Works great for how I've got him set up. Also this one, very important. Basically everything is half damage or 10 damage if it's less than 20. It's an excellent trait. And this, of course, is going to be what gives him all those shields. A lot more stamina per 25 health missing. Damaging multiple enemies in one swing. It's still a great option even for Action Falchion. It's a lot better than the other option just because you never know who's killing who. And lastly, we got Holy Fervor. Grants the 2 temporary health per successful hit. That one is an excellent temp health gainer. Probably better in the hands of a real player, but sometimes a bot uses it well also. And now we're going to be going on to the actual game here. This is going into the Skitter Gate. I skipped the rest of the mission just to go straight into the boss fight, so you don't have to watch any of that. Here basically I'm just looking around wondering why my bots are not following me through. Luckily though, when I do end up dropping down, they all just teleport to me anyway. And so what we're going to be doing here, this didn't play out exactly how I wanted it. Still went great, of course. It was successful. I was kind of surprised to have done it. This is my first attempt as well. It's very surprising. And basically what you're going to do here is sit below where the boss is going to jump to. You want to be, in position on his back for that backstab bonus. Right away, what I'm going to end up doing here is just getting that first backstab. Rasknit will hop off of Death Rattler at certain health intervals. I think it's about 1/3 of his health is when he hops off. From there is when you can get some damage into Rasknit, which is the most important. He has a lot of damage reduction in general, and he's just the harder one to deal with. So here I'm just getting in position. He kind of turned pretty quick on me. Got the back though. Stab on the little Hackmaster on his back. Now I'm using my concentration. Oh, I did use a bomb here actually. Forgot about that one. So we got the shrapnel off. Pretty decent damage. Went straight to trying to backstab him again. Did a little more damage than I wanted to, because the first one I don't think I got the backstab count on. And then, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get my special back from that con potion because it ran out. One of the bots handed me a strength potion, as you'll notice. The way I did this is I had a concentration. Each of my bots had a strength. It's kind of just how my match played out. Kind of wanted more concentration, but strength actually ends up working out really well. I dealt the damage I could while he was down. Got him to a little below half health. From this point forward, honestly, I'm just letting my bots mess with the Death Rattler. They can keep the aggro. I've got the lowest health pool here, obviously, so I really don't want to deal with that machine gun. It's going to be an extreme problem causer if I have to deal with that. So they're taking all the aggro, dealing with most of the ads. I got some here that I wasn't ready for at the time and almost actually went down because of it. Luckily, I was able to heal. Another important thing, didn't take any books, just so that way I could be able to heal, as well as my bots. They actually ended up killing Death Rattler while I was getting the revive on Kruber. Came behind here, he actually went into my body, but still allowed me to get the backstab count on him. And somehow it just straight took the whole 40% with that strength potion. It honestly did way more than I expected it to do. Strength worked out really well. I was actually disappointed leading up to this, thinking I was going to need more concentration potions. There was only one throughout the entire map, and that was the one that I had popped in the beginning. And my bots just had all strength. I ended up using 2 of those. Still have the 3rd one on my person at the end here that I never ended up needing to use at all. But those 2 strength potions were actually really helpful, surprisingly. I thought they wouldn't quite be as substantial as a concentration, especially at the end. But that one backstab doing 40% health with that strength in effect, I'm surprised I didn't even need to shrapnel. I went into the Shade Walk a little early. If you throw a bomb while you're in Shade Walk, it counts as an attack and will take you out of it. So that's something important to know. Don't go into your special and then throw a bomb, because it will take you out of it. And it'll basically just waste that special, unfortunately. I was hoping I'd be able to throw bombs, but I've tested that previously and it does deactivate your special ability on bomb throw. Yeah, basically this was pretty much it. It is doable without having a full team. I did get pretty lucky on how this played out overall, but a very important factor to consider is having potions on all your bots, either concentration or strength, so telling them to manually pick those up when you get to them. Also, I'd recommend not taking any books. You could probably get away with the Grim though, to be honest. Maybe even tomes if you wanted to, but if you're just trying to do the challenge, the chest for the map completion shouldn't matter. You should really be more focused on that Emperors that you're going to get from the challenge anyway. And this one was my last one that I needed. I had all other 12 of the Helmguard challenges, so I got the platinum off this as well, and got my little portrait frame finally. Just kind of got tired of waiting for this, expected to do it with the team, but ended up just managing to somehow pull it off with just my bots. Wouldn't recommend doing this if you don't have all level 30 bots with some good gear. You might be able to get away with it, but it's definitely not going to be as easy. You definitely do want to use the bots that have higher health pools, which Foot Knight, Kruber, or you could do Mercenary for that sustain. Mercenary does work out pretty well in general on Legend, but definitely you want an Ironbreaker, and Zealot works great as well. But hey, hopefully this helped somebody. Let me know if you guys have any questions about anything, and hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care.